We are back with our final segment for this morning as we get a jump start on all the things happening with NICH for 2018. We have with us on set Communications and Marketing Officer Neil Hall. In the middle, we have the Theater Director of the Bliss Center for Performing Arts, Karen Vernon. And on the end, we have the Director of the Museum of Belize, Alexis Salazar. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here.
Our pleasure.
So we know we usually have you as regular guests on the show to be able to talk about all the fun things that happen with NICH, but this time we will get a full preview so we can schedule our days accordingly, right?
And a little bit more.
Okay.
Well, we're excited because with the beginning of the new year comes the beginning of all new things. We have our usual signature events that we already have, I don't want to say planned, but that we're looking at in terms of preparations. So with that in mind, we wanted everybody to know that this is going to be a phenomenal year when it comes to NICH. And the reason for that is because this year we're going to be celebrating a huge milestone anniversary. It's our 15th anniversary for NICH. Now that's later on in the year.
It's a 15 años here.
You know, and I think we're dressed up and everything.
I know, you need the big poofy dress too.
I did not,
No, it might figure me.
Okay.
So we're excited for that, of course. But we're also excited for the many different events that our different entities will be putting on. Here with me we have Karen from, the Bliss Center, but also representing the Institute of Creative Arts, and Alexis from the Museum of Belize. And Alexis actually is playing a pivotal role because he's starting off everything for us with the anniversary of the Museum of Belize.
Oh.
Okay, well, for the anniversary, we actually already started with 2 call for artists. So what we're doing is we're trying to exhibit art in the museum, which I don't think has been done before. With that, we did the first 2 calls. The second call is up and exhibited already. And we've been getting a warm reception from our local artists. Some of our artists, people who have gone into the museum, have made sales from those art pieces. And for our anniversary then, we're 16, so we're 1 year older than NICH itself. We're going to showcase the national collection as a new exhibit. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the different genres of art deco, impressionism, expressionism, explain what they are, and then look at pieces from the national collection and display those. So Belizeans will then get to go into the museum, see the different type of art pieces, and then see actual Belizean artists on display doing different genres of art. So that's what we have as the beginning activity. Of course, it's a week-long celebration. We usually invite schools to come in for that week, and there's a number of different things that we'll be doing for the week, but the main thing is the opening of that new exhibit.
And that kicks off on the 5th of February.
The 5th of February is our anniversary, yes.
Now, before we move on to the other events, being able to reach your 16th anniversary is obviously a great accomplishment. And tell us a bit about just how you've seen the interest, whether it's been growing from Belizeans and tourists to come into the Museum of Belize.
Well, when I started as the director of the museum, I wanted to get Belizeans into the museum. I always say in all my interviews that I do, whenever I have an open mic, I tell them it's open on Saturdays. Belizeans, for Belizeans, it's free. Come in, it's something that you can do with your family. What the museum has been trying to do is educational outreach. We're not only the museum itself, but houses of culture also. In the last quarter alone, out of the 6 active houses of culture, we have over 28 projects that I've counted that are community-based. So the museum, what we want to do is have that then community feeling, make it feel like a community space where people can come in. In this year alone, we've had about 4 different exhibits at the museum. We've updated our insect room. We've done exhibit with the Panamanians. We've done one with the Mexicans, a photographic exhibit. Now we have these 2 new exhibits that are coming on stream. So people are coming in and they're not seeing the same thing, which is good. So it will get more and more people to come in. And what we're specifically interested in is primary and secondary school kids to come in. It's free for them also whenever they come in. And then the tertiary level institutions have worked with us on some projects, and a few history classes has gone to our enslaved exhibit already.
All right. And so I like that you talk about the museum being open on Saturdays, which means if you can't go through during working hours, you can do a Saturday
Find time for
excursion,
Saturday.
or if you're coming into the city for the weekend at least. All right. And let's move over to Karen now and talk about what's going to be happening at the Institute for Creative Arts.
Yes, our first event for the year is always the Street Art Festival, which takes place the last Saturday in February. This year it falls on the 24th of February. And we started our planning from last year. So, we are excited about that. It's a very exciting, artsy, cultural event.
Yeah.
And people come out. That's one event we don't have a problem with audiences.
Yeah.
True.
I think one of the big draws for the art festival is the performance at the end.
Yes.
I think a lot of people come out to downtown Belize City. They participate in the food. They walk around and look at the different art pieces. But then the main
You
draw
wait for
is
Okay.
the concert
Yeah.
performance.
See, different people like different. I love
Different
the live art. I love
Yeah.
watching the
The
artists
sidewalk
that work
chalk competition and all that.
sidewalk. You've had the live body art. You've had the live tattooing. We've had the live actual painting.
Exactly.
And the live statue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our headliner for the main stage this year will be Brother David. Brother David and
Nice.
Tribal Vibes. I mean, I
Yay.
don't think Belize City has seen the band
Yeah.
for a while, apart from the Brockdown
Yeah.
band.
I look forward to that. Get some
So-
Congo music going.
Exactly. So I'm looking forward to it because
Yeah.
I mean, they're really preparing. He's getting his band ready, and I'm looking forward to hearing and seeing them on stage.
Okay. So that's coming up at the end of February. So Neil, tell us all about the other stuff that we can expect for this 15 años.
Well, we'll start off with February. On the 3rd, we actually have something under the Museum of Belize, which is the San Ignacio Santa Elena House of Culture. They've just recently opened up in their new building. They were relocated. They're in what was the old hospital in San Ignacio. It's now been revamped, retooled, and actually remade into this wonderful space that they are using to occupy, and they're using it to showcase culture, history. They've had a book launch, I believe, on the 19th. They're having another one, I believe, at the end of this week.
This Friday.
This Friday. We have the House of Culture throwing their first full moon concert on the 3rd, actually, as well. And that's a lot of excitement because it's again, like Mr. Salazar said, I call him Alexis, but I have to be formal here. Like Mr. Salazar said, it's about outreach, and it's about making people realize that the Museum of Belize and its entities, its fingers, its tentacles are out there, trying to bring you into not only a physical museum, but a state of awareness of what's happening not only in Belize City at the museum, but in your neck of the woods, in your district, in your town, in your area. So that's what we're excited because it brings people together. It's also a great opportunity for people to show off their talents. We have performers who go out and they perform, and we have some other groups that go out and they try to engage with people that they don't usually get the chance to. So those are lovely events. If you're not a part of it, please contact CISE and see if you can, San Ignacio Santa Elena House of Culture, and see if you can get in on the show itself, because these are going to be very big this year.
Yeah.
We've also got the opening, and this one is not even local. This is an international arm from the Museum of Belize. They're actually in partnership with several museums in the United States. And on the 10th of February, right?
The 8th.
The 8th of February, the partnership extends to the Milwaukee Public Museum in the United States, where they will be showing off Mayan archaeological pieces, for lack of a better word, that we have put on loan, and we actually have touring in the US. And we're excited about that because it brings more attention to the Maya, which, again, the beauty of NICH is it's 4 seemingly different things that come together. Creative arts mixed with the museum, mixed with then the Institute of Archaeology. Because with the display, we will have people who will be seeing Belize as somewhere that they can get more information on the Maya, which then ties into the Institute of Archaeology. And it's exciting and amazing.
Okay. So that's opening in February as well.
Yes, and that's of course in the US.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to go, please enjoy.
Or if people are around there, they can definitely make a trip and go see the exhibit in Milwaukee. Okay, so, and then you close off February with your Street Art Festival.
Yes.
Mark the date, the 24th.
Yep.
I think everybody knows where by now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Downtown
Yeah.
Albert Street.
kind of hard to miss.
I know.
Now, from there, we have March, which is full of events. The main one is the fact that we at NICH are Ruta Maya champions. Yes, we have the golden
Defending
paddle.
champions.
Defending, well, yes, defending champions. Because someone might come up and take it from us this year, but we
Yeah.
think not. Our team has been working very hard and practicing and ensuring that they have that advantage. So that's what we're looking forward to doing for the first 2 weeks of March. We then have, very exciting, the first ever Belize National Research Conference. This is being done by the Institute of Social and Cultural Research. Yes, that's a mouthful.
What is that going to be about?
Actually, it's approaching academia. It's approaching people, teachers, students who want to write a thesis and want to get it out there. It is their opportunity to submit, and it really doesn't have any strict, it must be under this topic.
Yeah.
So it's just for you to have done your research, and if you desire being published, which is a very big thing, it gives you the opportunity and the platform to do so.
Yeah. In fact, we've seen this with the archaeology symposium.
Yes.
There's quite a lot of research that takes
Yes.
place, but we don't know about it. So this gives us an opportunity.
Actually, what this came out of is it's branching off from that archaeological symposium, because it was an archaeological and social symposium, but both entities got too big for just one
event.
Yeah.
event. So archaeology still has that annual event,
Yep.
and now this one is going
Everything
to be
else.
no, it's a social research papers being
Social
presented
research,
by
okay.
ISCR.
Okay.
So
So that's going to be a great learning opportunity for people, the 21st and the 22nd.
Yep.
When I look at this schedule, particularly for March, what automatically jumps out at me, aside from the Ruta Maya, is the Traveling Caribbean Film Showcase.
Yes.
Can you guys tell us what that is all about?
That comes under ICA. It's a part of the Film and Media Arts Unit. That's headed by Ms. Suzette Zaiden. She's the same person that is also the head of the Belize International Film Festival. So what happens is we have several different countries from the Caribbean who submit films, short films, documentaries, films, and they will be shown here in Belize. They're usually, this is something exciting because again, it goes into outreach. It goes into what NICH is all about, which is ensuring that we share the culture of not only Belize, but of the Caribbean as well. We actually, with this program, we take it out to different schools in more rural areas. So this is something that has toured in the past to Toledo, has toured to Corozal, and I don't mean the Corozal town itself.
Yeah.
I mean the smaller villages. And it's an opportunity for NICH to show through ICA and the FMAU, the Film and Media Arts Unit, that even though you are here now, you can still aspire to be a star in a movie. You can be the next Myrna Manzanares, you can be the next William Neal, you can be the next Isani and or Marlene. You can be on television, you can do whatever you set your sights on.
Yeah.
And it doesn't only have to be local, because these are films that we'll be bringing in from, like I said, the different Caribbean locations to highlight their culture as well. And I mean, I'm sure you guys know that you are known in the Caribbean. And if you didn't, then you are. Let me be the first to let you know, you are. Because of what you do. And media is important in sharing who we are as people.
Yeah, and I think it also shows just how the industry is growing across the region, and quite a number of people are interested in producing their own films now. They have their own ideas, their own scripts, and it shows them that others in other parts of the Caribbean are venturing to do so as well.
And it's become a whole lot easier to create a film.
Yeah.
Because of the technological advances and the price of a camera, which 5 years ago you couldn't afford. Now you can save up for it.
Yeah.
But aside from that, we also have different things happening. For example, in April, we've got grant workshops and a tour concert in Belmopan from the Youth Orchestra, National Youth Orchestra. In May, we've got Music Week, plus, of course, the National Festival of Arts, International Museum Day again on the 18th of May. In June, we've got Flowers Bank Festival that is assisted by ISCR. We've got the Festival of Art continuing, the National Archaeology Symposium. We've got the Jazz Festival. In July, it's the Summer Arts Institute or the Summer Arts Program. In August, we've got our anniversary. We have the National Song Competition. And last year, we
Went to Dangriga.
We went to Dangriga. This year, we don't know where we're going just as yet, but we will be finding out sooner than we did last year, so be prepared for that. But I'd also like to make a call for artists for that, because I know it takes time for you to write a song and then to start thinking of how it's going to be presented. So this would be a good time for you to say, oh yes,
That's
August.
Yeah.
I'm not wait till, I don't know, July to start to write it.
Yeah.
When it's September, you know, NICH just is all up in here.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you got a youth orchestra concert, film festival. Of course, there's a song competition.
And it's not on here. It was inadvertently skipped, but we do have the Francis Renner concert also in August. The year is fantastic. We have International Archaeology Day in October. November, we've got the film festival from about the 7th to the 14th.
Okay.
And of course, Dance X by ICA. And in December, it's Dance X continuing because it goes on till the 2nd. Alboradas by the Museum of Belize and the different houses of culture. And just different events that we keep encouraging. I'm catching my breath.
Because there's so much happening.
And there's actually
Doesn't
more
stop.
because this does not include all the different houses of culture.
Yeah.
So we
All
will.
the full moon concerts that happen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
These are essentially just the staples. These are yearly events
These are the
that we come
signature
to
events
expect.
that we have.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about like the planning efforts, like at ICA, for example, Karen. If you, we know that the year ahead, a lot of people look forward to events at Bliss. Tell us a bit about how you go through putting together your own schedule and ensuring that people have things to do that are creative arts related.
Yeah. Well, for the most part, ICA, we continue more or less the same events every year.
Yeah.
So those events are kind of, we know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
We pull out our plans from last year and we see what we can do in addition to make it, more exciting. But there are also new events that we have on board. And we usually start our planning right after September finishes.
Yeah.
So, we know what will be on the calendar, can we do this as opposed to, how much money we have in our budget. So, we have already done that, so we know what's going to happen for the year. Unless something pops up, we basically know what's happening. But it's a lot of planning.
Yeah. And one of the things I see here, I know that a lot of people, well, some people take advantage of it. Your arts program during the summer, I think, is one that people, summer comes around and say, where can we send our kids? And you have programs ongoing every summer.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the younger kids, we have the regular music, dance, drama, ongoing at the Bliss, and then we will offer voice training or something in drama that the older teenagers or young adults can take on. And it's, as you said, it's very popular.
So too is the program held by the Museum of Belize as well, right?
Yeah, we do the Summer Arts program. This year what we looked at with the House of Culture coordinators was looking at cultural creative industries. So all our summer programs were geared to some sort of cultural creative industry. And I think Channel 5 did a story
With the
on the basket weaving.
Yeah.
But if you look at what Orange Walk did, they did the mestizo dances and so on. Corozal has developed a Pakapap team also.
An award-winning
Yeah.
That's the one from Yo Creek.
Oh,
Yeah.
apologies.
So they've started their own initiative, Shaibe.
Competition.
Yeah, so there's competition between Corozal and Orange Walk now.
Okay.
Nice.
Who has the
Wonderful.
best team.
Nice.
So all of those were taken into account, and this year again, we're going to look at cultural creative industries and gear our summer arts program
Around
towards
that.
those activities. Yeah.
And also there are workshops involved in most of these activities, like
Yeah.
Music Week, the Belize International Jazz Festival. The musicians we bring in, we use them to do workshop. Dance X is also the same. And this year we also have the Cuban dancers returning to do a 3-month training. They start in March, so they will be here for 3 months. They go home for 3 months. They come back for 3 months.
Oh, wow.
So that's ongoing.
Yeah.
And Chriselle Gabriel from the Precision and Style Dance Company will be going to Cuba to do her training there for a year.
Excellent. Yeah.
Dance is taking off.
Yeah. So you can only imagine what will come out of Dance X in the latter part of the year.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, so this, of course, is your annual calendar, so people can access it, I'd imagine. You have it
Not
released?
as yet. I haven't released it officially as yet. I just wanted you,
You
guys
did
to
on Open Your Eyes.
Well,
But yeah.
It will be launched at the Street Art Festival,
Yeah.
actually.
All right.
So we'll be able to hand out copies to
Okay.
people. We'll have it online.
so people can have their full list of activities to be able to attend.
Yeah.
Exactly. To plan for.
Of course.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to share with us about upcoming activities with NICH?
Yeah, I like to encourage people at this time to sign up for your booths. We have applications online. You can pick up one at the Bliss, or you can send us an email and we can send you a copy. So it's not too late. We still have some spaces available. Food court is like almost gone, but we still have some booths available in the streets for artists. So give us a call or send us an email or check us our Facebook page, and we'll be able to send you that information.
Okay.
For the museum, I'd like to invite schools out to come. You can access us, contact us through our website, and arrange for field trips, guided field trips and so on. Invitation to the general public to come out on Saturdays or even during the week if you have time. Just remember, Saturdays is free and it's open from 8:30 to 4:30, so just come on out.
All right. Well, thank you for coming in and giving us a preview. And the official calendar, as you said, will be launched in February at the Street Art Festival. And people need to know that they need to sign up for their booths now.
Yes, as well as the sidewalk chalk competition.
All right. Thank you for coming in.
Our
Thank you.
pleasure. Thank you for having us, guys.
We're going to go ahead and take our final break. And when we come back, we'll have our wrap-up. So stay tuned.